Have you ever met someone who seemed so kind, so genuine, until one day they showed a side you never saw coming? Here's the truth. People can fake a lot of things, their smile, their tone, even their kindness. But there are two things no one can fake for long. Two things that quietly reveal who someone really is. And once you start noticing them, you'll see people differently forever. Because here's the scary part. Most of us don't pay attention. We trust words, we fall for appearances, we believe what people say, but the truth about someone isn't in what they say. It's in what they do when it's not easy to pretend anymore. So today, I want to show you the two things that silently expose a person's real character. And once you understand this, you'll protect your energy, your trust, and your peace like never before. Let's start with the first one. It's easy to be nice when someone benefits you, but the real test of character is how someone treats people who have nothing to offer them. Watch how they talk to the waiter. Notice how they treat the janitor, the delivery guy, the stranger asking for help. Do they show respect, or do they act superior? Because kindness isn't proven when it's convenient. It's proven when there's nothing to gain. You'll be surprised how many people change their tone depending on who they're talking to. They'll flatter the boss, but ignore the intern. They'll smile at their crush, but snap at their sibling. And that's your clue right there. Fake kindness is selective. Real kindness is consistent. You don't need to see how someone treats you to know who they are. Watch how they treat those who are beneath them, the ones they think don't matter. That's their real self showing. There's a quote I love. You can easily judge the character of a man by how he treats those who can do nothing for him. And that's true, because sooner or later, life will flip the roles, and the way they treated others when they had power will come back to them. Now let's move to the second thing, and this one's even more revealing. Anyone can seem calm, patient, and kind when life is smooth. But when something goes wrong, when they're disappointed, embarrassed, or angry, that's when the mask slips. Watch how someone reacts when they lose, when plans fail, when they don't get what they want. Do they explode, blame others, or do they stay grounded, reflect, and handle it with maturity? Because here's the truth. How someone behaves under pressure exposes who they really are inside. You can't fake emotional control. You can't fake humility when your ego's bruised. You can't fake grace when you're losing. I remember a story about two co-workers. Both were kind and respectful when things were easy. But when one got passed over for a promotion, he started gossiping, complaining, and tearing others down. The other took it as a chance to learn and grow. Same situation. Different reaction, different character. That's what reveals someone's true self, not their comfort, but their conflict. Because life will always test people. And when it does, their real personality steps forward, unfiltered, raw, undeniable. Let me tell you something. Pressure doesn't create character, it reveals it. It's like heat to metal. Whatever's pure stays strong. Whatever's fake burns away. So if you really want to understand someone, don't just listen to their words. Watch how they handle life when it's unfair. Now, let's go deeper for a second. There's a hidden pattern between these two things, how someone treats others and how they react to hardship. Both have one thing in common. They come from the inside. You can pretend to be humble, generous, calm, or kind, but your reactions, they always tell the truth. Because when life puts pressure on someone, what's inside them, pride, insecurity, empathy, patience, comes pouring out. That's why people say adversity introduces a man to himself. It's true, but it also introduces that man to you. So the next time you meet someone new, or even think about who to trust, don't just look at their smiles, compliments, or promises. Pay attention to these two things, how they treat the powerless and how they handle powerlessness. Those two situations, having power and losing power, are life's ultimate lie detectors. Let's look at one more example. Imagine a friend who's always nice when they're doing well, when they have money, confidence, and things go their way. But the moment they're frustrated, they turn cold, sarcastic, or distant. That's not bad luck revealing them. That's truth revealing them. Because consistency under contrast, that's the mark of real character. Real character is when your kindness doesn't depend on your mood, when your respect doesn't depend on someone's status, when your honesty doesn't depend on who's watching. And the beautiful part? You can choose to be that kind of person. It's not just about spotting others. It's about holding yourself to the same standard. Ask yourself, how do I treat people when they can't give me anything? How do I act when things don't go my way? Those two questions can completely change your self-awareness, because true strength isn't loud. It's silent, built in moments when no one's watching, when doing the right thing doesn't benefit you at all. And once you start noticing that in others and practicing it in yourself, your circle will change. You'll stop chasing fake friendships. You'll stop being fooled by charm. You'll stop tolerating people who only show up when it's easy, because you'll see right through them, quietly, calmly, and completely. So here's your takeaway. To see someone's true character, don't listen to their words. Watch their patterns. Notice how they treat those beneath them. Notice how they handle failure and frustration. Those two moments, power and loss of power, service will tell you everything you need to know. And when you find someone who stays kind in both, that's someone worth keeping close. So think about the people in your life. Who shows kindness when there's nothing to gain? Who stays grounded when things fall apart? That's your tribe. That's your real circle. And if this message hit you hard, good. Because maybe it's time to raise your standard for who you let near your heart. If this gave you something to think about, drop a comment below and tell me which part hit you the most. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and share it with someone who needs this reminder. Because at the end of the day, true character doesn't speak loudly. It shows quietly, in the small moments, when no one's watching.